Chelsea should be smashing FC Noah comfortably. It should be. It should be. No excuses in this one. For me, like I always will say, respect your opponent. Respect your opponents, because at the end of the day, it seems pretty obvious, but it's still 11v11, 11 men versus 11 men. So respect your opponents, because if you let your guard down, if you lower your performance levels, if you don't work as hard as your opponent, then you could end up losing a game that you should win comfortably, or drawing a game that you should be winning comfortably. So for me, this game is a game that Chelsea should win super comfortably. And for me, I don't mind if Enzo Maresca goes with, a single six, a lone six, and goes with two advanced eights or two tens, because that's what I've been longing to see Nkunku and maybe João Felix combining and having McGew in front of them. So, with respect to injuries, from the press conference, Enzo Maresca says there are no injuries, but Sancho is out of this one as well. So I hope is maybe he has a little nick or has to rest or something, and I just hope it's not something more serious, like he's falling out with the coach or anything of the sort. So just hoping that all is fine in that regard. But this still remains a game that Chelsea should win, and Enzo Maresca did say during the press conference that Cole Palmer is a bit touch and go at the minute. You remember the horrendous tackle that Martinez, laid on Cole Palmer. That should have been a red card, but for whatever reason, the referee chose to give him a yellow card, and VAR as well decided that that was not something to send the referee to the monitors for. So these things I keep talking about every day, every time I do a video. It's like I must talk about these things. The Man United game, there's a penalty incident. They didn't send the referee to have a look at VAR. You know, Sanchez got to touch on the ball for Manchester United's penalty. They didn't ask the ref to look at VAR. The foul on Palmer, that should have been a straight sending off. VAR kind of checked it, but they should have sent the referee to look at the monitors. So it's even more indicting of VAR. Say you looked at it, you scrutinized it, looked at it from multiple angles, but still, you still arrived at the fact that that wasn't the red card. But that's another topic for another day. So, but Chelsea should be spanking, should be smashing, dismantling, any word you want to use, FC Noah. But like we saw yesterday, like I know Sporting Lisbon are tiers above. It's like FC Noah, just like the Champions League is tiers above the Conference League. But still, Man City's got the first goal and they played around with their food. They couldn't convert the chances. And like I always say on this channel, you play with your food, someone will steal your plate. You play with your food, someone will steal your plate. And that's what happened to Man City yesterday. So Chelsea should not be joking around, with the game versus FC Noah. Tomorrow, let's take it seriously, be aggressive on the ball, be more active, be more positive on the ball. And saying that, it seems Badiashile will start again in this game. And for me, Badiashile is a difficult watch. I apologize. I do apologize for those of you out there that are fans of Badiashile. For me, it's a difficult watch. I've seen defenders that control the ball, that can play out from the back, like your Nestors, like your John Terry's, your Van Dykes. They're a bit more, they have a bit more authority about their play, a bit more control about their play. But forgive me, but the Shield doesn't have that. But the Shield for me is just bad, and he makes my heart jump to my mouth each time I watch him play. And another thing, he doesn't have the pace. Now, the second thing I don't want to see Badiashile, I don't want to see him start, but he's going to start because he was in the press conference as well, so he's going to start. I don't want to see Badiashile at right back. I don't want to see Badiashile at right back. Please, Malo Gusto or Rhys James should be designated to be the right back for the Conference League, and then you have either one of them as a right back for the Premier League, because Badiashile is not a right back. It's not. He's not a super athlete either. You could have someone who's a natural right back, and you could have someone who's a super athlete that's super mobile, super fast, and then you could say, okay, you're a defender, you could, do a job, for the team at right back, but he's not one of those. He's very, very slow. And I keep saying this, that right back spot, in fact, the full back spot, the wide spot on the pitch, that's where you have the fastest players, your wingers, your fullbacks, your wing backs, even strikers. They're very pacey. They like pulling out to either wide on the right, wide on left, depending on their what their favored foot is. So for me, I don't want to see Disasi there. Hopefully, we can see someone there. And in saying that, I want to see and hopefully Josh Archipong's contract issues are sorted out sooner rather than later, because I think this is an opportunity that is being missed. He should have been playing in the Conference League games. And speaking about young players or academy players, Enzo Maresca did say that Raksaki and Tyreek George would be, or rather have been training, with the first team towards this Conference League game, and maybe Tyreek George would get game time, in this fixture versus FC Noah. For me, I think should be starting, but like I've also said, you don't take your opponent lightly. You take them seriously, get the job done. So if Enzo Maresca is thinking in that light and maybe goes with the Madueke, for instance, or go with the Mikhailo Modric on that side, for instance, then I would understand that as well. But hopefully he gets some game time. And this is a game that I think McGill should be able to start. You could have your Nkunku in the press conference as well. Enzo Maresca identified that nine position isn't Christopher Nkunku's, natural number one position. He can play there. He can do a very, very good job there. Don't get me wrong, but that's not exactly his most favored position. So for me, I would like to see João Felix and Nkunku playing in the 210 roles behind a McGill, in my opinion. So that leads me nicely to my starting 11. So starting 11, Philip Jorgensen again in goal. And for right back, I'll go with Malo Gusto. Whether or not Enzo Maresca chooses to go with Disasi, we'll see tomorrow. But for me, Malo Gusto at right back, Tosin Adarabioyo, and I would have preferred Tosin Adarabioyo and Disasi to be two centre back pairings. I think Disasi is ever so slightly a better defender than Badeshil. It's just that for him, he's being played out of position, which for me, it's an atrocity in my opinion to play Disasi at right back when he should be playing at centre back. So Tosin and Disasi starts for me in as the centre back pairing, and left back Vega. Play Renato Vega there. I don't want to see any sort of thing where you play a right back at left back. So Cucurella, who for me, I keep saying he's the inverted fullback king, so he should be there. And then in the middle of the park, Dewsbury Hall, don't know what to do with him. I would even like to see him play. So for me, I would even prefer to see Raksaki given a chance in there, in that midfield role. Maybe he plays with Dewsbury Hall, because I don't know who else can play there. So he goes in there, and then so we'll go with, for me, I'll go with a Raksaki, or I would even prefer to go with an Alex Matos. I think Alex Matos is someone that can, or should be deputizing for the likes of Caicedo, the likes of Remy Lavia, because I think he's that good. So for me, I'll go with a Raksaki or an Alex Matos in that lone six role, and I'll go with the two advanced tens to be João Felix and Christo Nkunku. Now, in the wide areas, then that's where the question comes up. So for me, since Pedro Neto has sort of found his way into the Premier League side, so I'll be going with Mikhailo Modric on one side, and I'll go with Pedro Neto wide on the left. Like I said, he's more suited to being an orthodox out and out winger as opposed to an inverted winger, because he can use his space more, open up the pitch, stretch the pitch, make it wider, and put crosses into the box like we saw against Manchester United. So I think he's more suited to playing wide there. And then for me, I would then like to see in the 9 row McGill. He needs to have some game time, my lord. If he cannot start against FC Noah, with all due respect to the Armenian side, then what's the point of signing him? If McGill cannot start against a side like FC Noah, then there was no point signing him. I tell you, then there was no point whatsoever signing signing the youngster. So I would like to see him there. So for me, that's my starting lineup. So I'd like to know what your own starting lineup would be, what your predicted scoreline would be for me. Hopefully I'm right, fingers crossed. predicting a 3-0 win, because I believe the team will start the game aggressively, start it positively, and would have way, way too much for this Noah side. And like I said, give them all due respect and take them really, really seriously and play football the right way. By that I mean take it seriously. I'm not talking about all this defending or playing out from the back as playing the right way, but actually taking the game seriously. And I think if Chelsea takes the game seriously, will definitely smash FC Noah back into the oceans. 3 goals to nil. That's my predicted scoreline. So what are your predicted scorelines? Let me know in the comment section. So um if you watched to the end, you are a real champion. So smash the like button, click the subscribe button as well, subscribe to the channel, and share the video as well if you like to. So at this point, I've come to the end of today's video, and hopefully at the end of the Conference League game, I'll be giving my full reaction to the game, and hopefully you'll be here as well. So, but for now, I'm saying to have a splendid rest of your evening and stay blessed.